Good evening, teacher. Good evening, classmates. Today I am going to introduce you the topic project-based learning. This topic is about crime and punishment in the Ecuadorian criminal justice system. The objectives of my project is create your own explanations for the due process of the case, crime and punishment in the Ecuadorian criminal justice system. Determine responsibilities in each role. Describe the reasons for the existing penalties in this case. Discuss the impact it causes on society. Express your creativity and express your own ideas freely. At the end of the case, students must work together to come up with rules or policies for the project. Important information. The students are in sixth level high school. In this project, there are different groups with different roles. This school is mixed girls and boy students. The level of the students is B1 English level, and the school is private, and there are 27 students. The input is to start with this project. I will write the roles in some envelope with pictures about the political case in Ecuador. Then the students will have to choose an envelope, and each envelope will be their role. Now, together with the students, we will present a situation for the trial in court. After briefly introducing the topic to be discussed, students are asked to brainstorm ideas on how to make a scenario or court. After the students have in mind how to do it, I will ask them to tell me their ideas. Some students don't know how much about politics, so I should talk to them a little bit about the justice into the system in Ecuador, or I could show you a video about it. After speaking to them about the justice system in Ecuador, I will tell my students that the criminal case that we are going to carry out is fictional. Okay, now we are going to talk about the roles. In this part exist 3 judges, 4 witnesses, 2 defendants, 3 plaintiffs, 4 lawyers, 6 jury, and 5 journalists. The role of the judges is to know the truth and come to a conclusion as to who was guilty. The role of the judges is to write down all the important things they heard, because this will serve the end. So that they make a decision, each judge must write that he or she thinks is important for each culprit. The role of the witness is to tell what they saw on the day of the robbery. The witness is to talk about what they saw that day. Their role is just to talk and tell what they saw that day. The role of the lawyers is to protect and defend their clients or customers. The role of each lawyer is to protect their defendants. A part they have to write, speak, and listen. Something very important about them is that they can read the laws in the book that will be given to them, where the laws and articles will be. The role of the journalist is to find out and tell the truth through television. The role is to speak and ask everyone involved in the case. The role is also write and everything they were told to make a summary and then will tell what the story was like. The role of the jury is to listen careful and give their opinion on the case. And the last roles, the first is the role of the plaintiff, is to tell how the events were, and the role of each defendant is to tell the truth until they find the culprit. Okay, now I am going to explain about vocabulary. Before starting this project, the teacher can to introduce or review the vocabulary with a list of relevant words so that the students understand the context better. The teacher can give her or his students a general list of the most used words in this project, such as verdict, robbery, stolen, trial, court, arrest, security, guilty, suspect, criminal, judged, are some words like that. Okay, the materials that we use in this project is easy because it's pens, notebooks, our cell phone, and table, chairs, and the duration of time. The week one, in the first week, the students will get their roles, and they must also create the history of the criminal case. The second week, in the second week, students should create the stage or a scenario and learn the vocabulary. They also have to understand what role each student plays. And the week three, the students will have mastered the topic a little more, and he or she will be ready for the dramatization. Okay, the situation for our project is the follow. There has been a great bank robbery in our city, and justice must be served because they had hurt various victims both mentally and physically. Students will be tasked with deciding all the circumstances of the crime. They must also investigate it, and through this they must conducting a mock trial. The skills in this project are writing, listening, reading, and speaking. The instructions are the time for this project will be approximately 3 weeks. The students at the beginning of the project should all work together. If the students need more time, they will have to let me know, and I will give them more of any time. Students should know very well the crime situation. Okay, the procedures. To begin, we will ask the students to debate into the roles that each one played and go to the place where they were assigned. For example, the three judges must sit in front of the other people. The two lawyers sit on the left side with their clients or customers, and the other two lawyers sit on the right side with their clients. The jury should be in the back as well as the journalist. The witness will be seated behind the lawyers, and when they are called, they will approach the right side of the judges, and each lawyer should ask some questions. In the second step is for judges to ask questions of lawyers, defendants, and plaintiffs. In these steps, one of the judges should ask the next question, what was stolen? The next question, the next judge will ask who it was stolen from, and the third judge asked where it was stolen. In the three-step, suspects continue to be asked more questions and they must respond. Now, in this step, the witness enter and each lawyer of each part makes the following questions. If we know they were there, why do they claim they were there? What do they claim they were doing? What reason might they have to stealing it? And the third step is witness enter this step and begin to talk about what they saw at the crime scene. Other than the suspect, you might have some witness depending on where and when the crime took place. Where was each witness and what were doing there? In the fifth step, both lawyer teams need to be given plenty of time to prepare this case. In this part, the judge should have all the questions written down and try to have answers. For example, the judge can write what is it, where does it belong, who does it belong to, and in this part, the judges should have verdict on who they think is a suspect or guilty. And the step 6 is to make the next class entertaining. The rest of the trial will continue as if it were a real trial. The teacher should ask for the notes taken by all the students. Each role should write what seemed correct or incorrect about the case. And then make a note card with the known details for each person of interest and for each piece of evidence. In the seventh step, the lawyers on this step can ask the judges if they can respect the essence. And they, lawyers, simply tell the judges what they are looking at or where they are looking, and the judges get closer to the truth. Okay, for the last part, the step 8, in this part, the accused and the defense will be able to speak face to face. In this part, one of the defense wants to attack the plaintiff and begins to tell him several things. Even the plaintiffs also get angry and also start talking. Then the other two defense enter and begin to tell the defense to calm down and several other things. Okay, the step 9 and finally, the journalist, knowing who the guilty and innocent are, decides to request an interview for each of the members who were present in court for the criminal case. Something important is at the end of the discussion, ask that all students meet and that they should work together to make some final recommendations or develop rules for the next time or the next project. And the role of the teacher is to be attentive, be everything. The students do, if the students make some mistake or error, the teacher should write down in a notebook. And at the end of the whole project, the teacher should tell his or her students. And for the motivation of the students, they can be given extra points or they can be told that after all the dramatization, they can share their best moments or what they found best or worst while sitting among everyone eating some chips. The suggestions of this project: if the jury decides the suspect was innocent, you have the option of returning to phase 2. And you may want to give a small reward to the judges that solved the case and or the winning lawyers. And the last is let them know ahead of time that you open a reward for all students to increase their motivation. Thank you. This is all for my project.